I got vaccinated and I'm fine and I'm not walking like a zombie and nothing happened to me. Scrap that. But seriously, guys, I took the COVID-19 vaccine and I'm totally fine. And I'm about to tell you why I decided to take the vaccine. And yes, my COVID-19 experience, it was really, really tough. And of course, I'll be trying to break down some of the myths I've heard and what I think you should know about the COVID-19 vaccine. If you're ready to go on this journey with me, then let's go! Hey you, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elisha Muyasarua, and yes, I'm sure you're listening. Look who's back. It's me. I'm back and I'm excited to be back to bring you more interesting, entertaining, informative topics here on my channel. In case you just stumbled on my channel for the very first time, well, please, all I ask is that you subscribe, like, comment, share my videos, because here it always get lit with my lifestyle content, movie reviews, tips, and everything in my head, basically. So yeah, don't go without subscribing to my channel. Guys, I'm sure from the topic or from the title of this video you already know or have an idea of what I'm about to talk about. Yeah, your girl got vaccinated, guys, and I know that when I made the decision to do this, I really didn't tell anybody about it, and that's because I don't give a I decided to make it my personal decision, and yeah, and I started sharing my journey from WhatsApp, where I was giving an update of how I felt after the vaccination, and I also promised to do a full video of my experience and use the opportunity to debunk a couple of myths about the COVID-19 vaccination. So let's just dive into it with why I chose to get vaccinated. Well, there are a lot of reasons I chose to get vaccinated, but I think the most important of the reasons is the fact that the vaccine is available, so why not? Why not? Okay, the vaccine is available. I mean, from all scientific indication, the vaccine is supposed to help protect us from the virus, supposed to help us knock out the virus. So why should I doubt it? I know there are a lot of myths about, oh, there's an agenda, there's a 66 sign, when you get the virus, you become a zombie. Well, am I a zombie? No. Do I have anything? No. Whatever that thing is, I don't know. But I want to believe that we need to just, I do believe that we need to just get off this table of distrust. You know, if there were going to be anything injected into your system as a result of this virus, believe me or not, you would have known by now. Okay, I don't think anybody gave you a shot or gave you the jab only because they want to start controlling you in some 30-40 years now. So if there's something that will protect us from the COVID, I am up for it, because I had the COVID experience I would never want my enemy to have. So it was just one of those things that propelled me to say, let's get this thing if it's going to protect us eventually. So I went for it. The second reason I took a shot is because of my job. So I am that one person who is out a lot. I'm meeting a lot of people who oftentimes travel outside the country, and they don't even know, you don't know what they are carrying and all of that. My first exposure to COVID-19 was in March 2020. When I went to a particular event, and it turned out that there were people who had the virus at that event. I remember the nightmare. I remember how a lot of people started contacting me. I mean, it was new to Nigeria at the time, and it almost felt like a death sentence for a lot of people. I mean, once you hear someone has COVID-19, they feel like you're about to die. So I remember people reaching out to me at the time, and it felt like everybody was just expecting the worst from me going to that event. So you can imagine what it was at the time and why I decided to go for the vaccine, because I'm still exposed, I'm still always out there, I'm still always around a lot of people, and I wanted to protect myself. I wanted to do it for myself and the people around me, because I have a mother who falls under the comorbidity category, that means that she has an ailment that the virus could propel if, God forbid, she has the virus. And I'm going to be around her a lot, so why not, was what I said to myself. And as a matter of fact, she took the vaccine before me, and I was quite excited that she went on that journey because, trust me, I was pretty much scared for her during the COVID, or the high point of COVID-19 in Nigeria. And when the vaccine came out, and I remember telling them 1 or 2 times, I mean, that's my mom and dad, that I think she should take the vaccine because, I mean, she is at greater risk due to her health condition. I said it once, and I just left it there because I wasn't going to force her to do what she didn't want to do. Then I remember that she just called me at one point, and she told me she has been vaccinated. I mean, she even said it jokingly, and she told me she's not felt a single thing since she got the vaccine. And up until now, it's been almost more than a month since she got vaccinated. I got vaccinated almost a month after her. And I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy that she's fine. I'm really happy that she can now perhaps move with confidence to do her job without thinking of her health condition and what COVID will do to her if she, God forbid, gets the virus. So that put me on the safe side, and I'm like, okay, my mom got the vaccine, so why can't I? I know I'm healthy and all of that, but my experience with a COVID-like situation also got me pretty scared. So I'm just gonna go to that now. Why I use that as another reason I decided to take the vaccine. So in March 2021, early March 2021, that's late February into March 2021. Late February, I was treating malaria, I remember vividly, and pretty much looked like, okay, it was just fatigue, I was just tired a lot. And then I treated malaria, I was fine. Then I think the first week in March, I realized that for some weird reason I was sweating a lot, and I was tired a lot. I mean, I'm very energetic, and I realized that I could not do all the things I used to do with the same level of strength. I was still doing them, but I was just really tired a lot. I thought it was still an extension of the malaria until the 3rd day into it, I lost my sense of smell. That was like the height of it for me. I wanted to go crazy. I didn't realize it at first. I mean, I just got this perfume at the time, one of my favorite perfume, and it was something that, without even doing, the way you use a spray perfume, I can feel it all over my body. And I realized that the first day, like that's the 3rd day of the whole symptom I was experiencing, that particular day, I sprayed my perfume and I couldn't smell myself. Like, I was literally just there. I was trying to sniff all day and I couldn't smell anything. I have someone also that I know her perfume, and she's always around me, and I couldn't smell her too that day. I just felt like, okay, maybe it's not real, right? Then it went on for Thursday, and then on Friday, I was a bobo and I'm like, I can't smell. And he was like, no, you can't smell. Why? Then I took another perfume that I know is something I love and has a very strong smell, and I kept spraying, and I couldn't smell. I used Dove also, Dove roll-on and all that stuff, and I know how much that's like one of the first things I smell in the morning, because that's like the first thing that has a strong smell that I use in the morning apart from my perfume. And I use it and I can still smell it. I used all the perfumes available around me. I couldn't smell shit. I cooked a lot that weekend because I wanted to smell. And I wasn't even smelling burning food. I literally, at some point, I think I was cooking a particular meal and I was putting my nose like this, like, God, please let me just smell this thing. Let me just smell this thing. And guys, I couldn't smell. It went on for another 5 days or more. But the moment I realized that it was real, the moment I realized that my sense of smell had gone, I think another thing I realized, I noticed was my chest was congested a lot. So it felt like I was drowning, like that was literally how I felt. So immediately I noticed it, I started steaming, hot water steaming. I started doing that a lot. I stayed away from people. So I was steaming a lot, like I was literally steaming a lot, steaming back to back. I used abonikin, I was drinking a lot of hot water. I used all the recommended therapy just to at least clear my throat, right? My chest, the congestion in my chest. And thankfully, gradually it started easing off. I didn't do a test, but I could almost guess what was about to happen or what was happening if really I had COVID. But the loss of my sense of smell was like the major scare for me. It hit me hard. I couldn't tell a lot of people because I didn't want to scare people around me, but I went through that. I eventually came out of it. I could smell eventually, and I mean, it started from being faint, then later on my sense of smell returned or was restored fully. So I got out of that process, but all the while I was in it, I couldn't even try to be around my parents or my mom, to be specific, because I was so scared. Like, guy, I know my hormone or whatever, my system will beat it, but what about other people? So I think it was more of the what about other people around me that made me take the vaccine, because I wanted to protect not just myself but the people around me. So yeah, that's why I decided to go on this journey against all odds, against all the things that was said and all the things that people had promoted, projected, and all that stuff. So in case you're wondering why I decided to take the vaccine, there you go. So yeah, I know, like I said, there are a lot of myths around vaccination and all of that. I would not force my opinion on you. I think people are they're free to believe whatever it is they want to believe. I know that there's a religious angle to it. There are religious bodies who says you should not take the vaccine. It's okay. Whatever you choose to believe is totally fine. I had no problem. I was convinced that I could take it regardless, and I decided to take it. If you're not convinced, then no problem. But trust me, prevention, they say, is better than cure. So I'm just gonna dive into my vaccination experience right now. I got vaccinated on the 17th of May. I have my card here that says COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective. Yeah, that's my card right there. I'm sure you guys can see. Yeah, that's it. So I got vaccinated on the 17th of May. It was because we had a center extension at my workplace. So there is an health center in my workplace local government. So the local government chairman decided to bring a center to my workplace health care or health center. So that was where I got vaccinated. They were there the first time, the initial time in March, April, thereabouts, but I wasn't convinced at the time, so I had to wait for the extension and took advantage of the opportunity in May. So the vaccine I got, there are different ones. We have the Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and the Oxford AstraZeneca. So for us in Nigeria, we're taking the Oxford AstraZeneca. That's it right here. You can see it's the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. That's what I took. So it has the product name and manufacturer number. It has the expiry date, so it's supposed to expire on the 10th of August, as you have there, 10th of August 2021. The date given was 17th of May, and then my next appointment, that's for my second dose, is 28th of May 2021. That's it right there. And one of the things I noticed also is that when I got vaccinated, there's this number here. I don't know if you guys can see, right? There's this number here that was texted to my phone. I mean, I got a text message immediately that sort of confirms the fact that I just got vaccinated. The health center I got vaccinated. I'm just going to put the message here on the screen. So I think it has the health center I got vaccinated. My I don't know if it's called vaccination number, but I think that's what it is. More like my code number for the vaccination. Yeah, basically. So that's just kind of put my mind to rest, and yeah, this is what it looks like. So when I got the vaccine, let's talk about the vaccine. When I got there, I was not scared, but I was just like anxious, like, okay, what's it gonna feel like? How am I going to feel like? Some people had a bit of they had this stimulating effect. Some were dizzy, some had headache, but I was just like, no, I don't want any of those things. But for me, when I got there, and the first thing they did was to take my basic information, fill it in the card, and then when I was done, I had to go get the vaccine. Again, the vaccine was not given to pregnant women, and it was not given to those under the age of 18. So it was pretty much clear from the instance. And I just went into the nurse, sat down. But the sight of the needle kind of made me, cringe a bit, and I was like, ugh, and she was like, just calm down, it's nothing. I mean, for a bit, she was like, oh, don't stress me, just calm down. And I'm like, are you not supposed to be empathetic or, like compassionate or something? But eventually she got around and she said, okay, don't look at it, just turn. And then I turned and looked away from her. And when I looked away from her, she just like punctured. And I'm like, ugh. And she's like, does it hurt? I'm like, yes! Just as you can see in this video.
Is it painful? Yes, it is.
Well, guys, that was how I got vaccinated. One of the things I noticed is I couldn't rub it in well, after I got the needle, and that's because of the kind of dress I was wearing. I didn't have access to press it down a little bit, and I think that affected me along the way, because for some days I had a lot of pain in my hand. I think it was basically for 3 days I felt the pain in my hand. Immediately I felt chills. I felt my eyes were turning. I was dizzy. I had this very strong chills, like cold just came from nowhere. But the good thing is they advise you to sit around for 15 minutes before you can even move. So the 15 minutes gives them the opportunity to watch your reaction to the vaccine. But after 15 minutes, when you feel nothing, it just allow you go. So the chills and the dizziness I felt wasn't even more than 10 minutes. Yeah, I think it wasn't up to 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes. But I decided to stay longer than 15 minutes because I was waiting for a colleague to also have it. So I was there for about 30 minutes or more. But I just used it to watch myself, how I was feeling. And I felt like, and I didn't feel anything, different. But the thing I made sure I did was to immediately leave the office, go home to rest. So I had quite some time to sleep, sleep it out. And then, but I was still feeling the pain a lot, for the first day, second day, it couldn't even come close to me. I think someone hit me on the second day and it was really hard. Like, I felt that pain in my brain. But thankfully, I didn't feel headache like other people, talked about. I didn't have to use any drug or anything. But on the third day or after the third day, because they say that you have to watch it out or wait it out to the third day before you start doing any other thing, taking any other thing into your system. So I think it was about the third day or the fourth day that I had to now properly start malaria and typhoid treatment, which I had been postponing before that time. So I think all in all, it was nothing serious for me. I didn't have anything at all. I went about my business like it was nothing. I didn't turn to a zombie or anything funny that people have been trending in line with this whole COVID-19 vaccine. So yeah, it was a beautiful thing to experience and a beautiful thing to talk about. And I'm looking forward to getting my second shot sometime in June. Although Nigeria is saying a lot of gibberish about vaccine being short or whatever, supply is not coming, better come. You better come. Alright, so I'm looking forward to having that, and when I do, I'm going to do an update to this video. But for now, it's been a week or more. Okay, yeah, of course 2 weeks now, and I am totally fine. I'm happy, I'm fine. I don't feel funny, I don't feel any kind of way, and trust me when I say that I feel a bit safe. Not that I'm taking chances, but I feel like I am safe. I feel, I don't feel that apprehension that comes with, oh, there's a pandemic or there's COVID-19 or, I feel sort of safe doing my job, being around people and all of that. So yeah, I hope that so many other people would consider it later on, because, we all took the polio vaccine. Why didn't you think it was a 666 or 777 sign or whatever? So I think that eventually the world will settle into understanding that this is just a scientific approach to solving a pandemic. Take it like that and let us live and kick out COVID-19 from our environment. That's all I'm about. I don't know about you, but I am tired of all of the restrictions and all the fear in the air. I want COVID out. So whatever we can do to kick it out, I think you should embrace it. That's about what I wanted you to know in this video. But hey, that's my experience. Let me know if you want to take the vaccine, if you've taken the vaccine, if you will take the vaccine, if there's an extension again, for people to do. So let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know those myths you've heard about COVID-19, and I will do my best to maybe do some research and answer you in the comment section. Till next time, when I get my second jab, and then I will do an update to this video. Remember that COVID-19 is real. Stay safe and be safe. Alright? Be safe. My name is Alesha Moyoseradua, guys. See you next time.